Yes, I'm here.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, am I audible? मेरो पनि राम्रोसँग सुनिरहनु भएछ सो all good? You can
All good.
Yes. I was just giving a background like हामी आज के कुरा गर्दैछौँ भनेर सो अस्ति न जुन चाहिँ आजसम्म के थियो सिचुएसन हैन how acid attacks was a non bailable offense तर कसरी एउटा यतिदेखि यतिसम्म कम्पेन्सेसन पाउने डिपेन्डिङ अन कहाँ बडीली हार्म भएको छ भन्ने थियो त्यसपछि के भन्छ अप टु कति वर्ष जेलमा टर्म मात्रै थियो भनेर योहरू थियो त्यसको लुप होल्स चाहिँ के आउँथ्यो त what if the attacker is not able to pay भन्ने क्वेसन आउँथ्यो who's going to look after the repatriation भन्ने कुराहरू गर्दै थियो अनि I was just saying like why I am very excited to talk to you is एउटा त यो मुद्दाकै कुरा छँदैछ हैन कि we have had a persistent effort to get changes आएकै छ but also as a young नेपाली जुन चाहिँ हामी आफ्नो वरिपरि धेरै समस्याहरू देख्छौँ नि हैन धेरै समस्या वेस्ट म्यानेजमेन्ट भायोलेन्स हैन एकदम धेरै कुराहरू देख्छौँ तपाईले गर्नु भएको तरिकाले and I know you always say that it's a persistent group effort जसले नतिजा आएको हो तर तपाई देख्दाखेरि चाहिँ as a young नेपाली के सिक्नु जस्तो लाग्छ भनेदेखि नि persistently लागिराख्यो भने कसरी short term पनि problem solve हुन्छ जस्तो for every victim you made sure and you along with a lot of other people but you've also been a front runner हैन to make sure कि उहाँको चाहिँ मेडिकेसनमा केयरमा र एजुकेसनमा इमिडिएट रिलिफ पनि भएको छ र पर्सिस्टेन्टली लागिराख्यो भने पोलिसी लेभल चेन्ज पनि आउँछ है लागिराख्नु चाहिँ पर्छ भन्ने चाहिँ हामीलाई फर पिपल हु लस्ट लिटल बिट अफ होप यस्तो काम भएको हुनाले चाहिँ पर्सिस्टेन्ट एफर्टले चाहिँ इट हेल्प भन्ने जस्तो लागेर चाहिँ द्याट्स लाइक द टु फोल्ड भनौँ न that I really admire बोल्नु पाएकोमा. So we've given a lot of background, Ojal Dai. So what are the changes? हामीले recently social media मा एकदम धेरै changes देखिआएछौँ हैन. So what have been the new rules in relation to acid attacks in Nepal? तपाईको question.
See, first and foremost, I'm sure most of your audience are young people, right?
Yes.
So you have to understand one thing. When you start from class 1, it takes 12 years to become a high school graduate. It doesn't happen overnight. 12 long years of schooling just gives you a basic education qualification called high school, right? So when the youth is very impatient, that is the age group that is extremely impatient, right? So I understand when people say, Nepalमा केही हुँदैन, हामी कहाँ केही हुँदै हुँदैन, सबै फटा छन्, सबै कामै गर्दैनन्, हैन? Because I think what the generation changes. When I was growing up, I didn't know what New York looked like. I didn't know what Sydney looked like. I knew what Pokhara looked like. I knew what Badlung looked like, right? So, with the access of internet and the access of communication, the youth across the globe, they have a very similar demand and, they want a certain thing in life. Unluckily, we are in the third world country, we are a developing country, or we were the least developed countries list, now we've come up slightly higher. See, what happens is when there is a new crime, the thing that I have been fighting for 6 years is that acid attack is a new crime. Acid is new weapon. So what we were trying to do for last 6 years is, we're trying to ride a Toyota Jeep, Mahindra ko chakka halera. So it was not working. I had always advocated that तेजाब आक्रमण र तेजाब एउटा हतियार अर्को नयाँ अपराध यसको लागि नयाँ कानुन चाहिन्छ. There has to be a new way of looking at this. The most important part of it is there is a saying called prevention is better than cure. So how do you prevent this crime from happening was the most important part the government had to look into. And then the post, if ever it happens to someone, how do you solve their problems? So I would first like to start with what we've done in 6 years regarding what I call regulation of sale of acid in Nepal. See, acid is an industrial raw material. You cannot completely ban it. Right? What we have to try and do is that the acid reaches the right places where it is supposed to be used productively. and not reach the hands of a criminal. So now, in the new law that is being formed, we have a meeting tomorrow as well, right? There are a lot of changes that the youth of Nepal should be excited about. Number one, there is going to be extremely visible color bottles for acid. So it will be visible to everyone. If someone buys a bottle of acid, he is going to be carrying something ekdamai anauto rangko bottle.
Right.
That will be labeled kun acid ho, kun concentration ko acid ho, right? Number two is there will be a licensing where the chief district officer ले license दिएपछि मात्रै त्यो स्टोर्सहरुले acid राख्न पाउँछ. Number three, there will be a photo identity required. जसले acid किन्छ कुन पर्पस को लागि किन्न लागेको हो. Number four, the logbook has to be maintained. Number five, there is a law by which unregistered sale of acid, कुनै पसलेले register नगरिकन sale acid बेच्यो र त्यो अपराधमा प्रयोग भयो भने त्यो पसलेलाई 10 वर्षको सजाय हुन्छ.
Okay.
So prevention ma there is a lot of changes that are coming. हैन तर यो कस्तो छ भने now where do the youth fit into this law? कोही जनकपुरको हुनुहुन्छ होला, कोही बागलुङको हुनुहुन्छ होला, कोही पोखराको हुनुहुन्छ होला. एकचोटी यो ल जब आउँछ हैन हामी सबै as youth of Nepal should visit hardware shops and ask for acids. उहाँहरुले यदि यहाँको फोटो आइडी माग्नु भयो, यदि उहाँहरुले पर्पस सोध्नु भयो, यहाँको सम्पर्क नम्बर माग्नु भयो, if they doubt your age को प्रुफ माग्नु भयो भने the law is coming into effect. यदि कसैले यो सबै चीज नगरिकन एसिड काउन्टरमा दिनुहुन्छ भने please file a police case. We all have to be part of this journey. We all have to make sure that it is implemented. Now comes the second part. Law is always retrospective. It doesn't go back. So अहिले जुन हामीले law बनाउँदै छौं यो पुरानो केसेसहरुमा लागू हुँदैन. So what we have to understand is till Pavitra Karki, the existing law will look after their cases. अब यो भन्दा पछिका घटना, the day the law is announced, त्यो भन्दा पछिको घटनामा I will tell you the changes that is happening. अहिलेको लमा it is 3 वर्षदेखि 8 वर्षको सजाय हजुर घाउ चोट हेरेर. मेरो आपत्ति केमा थियो भने जब एउटा देशले एसिड आक्रमणलाई घाउ चोट भन्छ त्यो देशले यसलाई शारीरिक चोट मात्रै हेर्छ. घाउ चोट जुन शरीरमा लागेको छ is the smallest pain, जुन इमोशनल पेन छ, जुन ट्रमा छ, जुन मेन्टल ट्रमा छ, जुन सोशल स्टिग्मा छ, त्यसलाई हामीले कन्सिडर गरेनौं भनेर 6 वर्ष कराउँदा अहिलेको नयाँ नियममा what we have proposed is if someone dies due to acid attack, that will be 25 years imprisonment or what you call ajivan karavas. If someone is attacked with acid, irrespective of where the acid lands, there will be an imprisonment of 20 years. There is another wrong influence in the youth of Nepal. हामीले के भन्छौं भने दिन रात भन्छ रे 10 वर्षमा छुट्छ रे, यो छुट्छ रे, त्यो छुट्छ रे. All that is wrong. Acid attack now is going to be on the negative list of the law, which means it is a non-bailable. कसैले पनि धरौटीमा छुटाउन पाउँदैन. Even the president of Nepal cannot pardon the crime. So when you say 20 years, you are talking about 20 long calendar years in jail. You
No,
कुनै 10 वर्षमा छोड्दैन.
no day, night, no good behavior, nothing.
No, there's nothing. There's nothing like that. Okay. Then the second change that the government has already announced, there are 2 laws that is being formulated. So one is restriction, one is the sentence.
Right.
What they have already announced as of yesterday is जो पनि तेजाब आक्रमण भोगेको आजसम्मको पीडितहरू हुनुहुन्छ
हजुर
उहाँहरूलाई 4 वटा अस्पताल, वीर हस्पिटल, टिचिङ हस्पिटल, यो कीर्तिपुर हस्पिटल र पाटन हस्पिटलमा अब चाहिने उपचार सम्पूर्ण निशुल्क हुन्छ.
Okay.
Right? The second part is यहाँको योग्यता. For example, if you want to go into class 11, SEE को रिजल्ट त चाहियो. So योग्यता अनुसारको शिक्षा निशुल्क नेपाल सरकारले दिने भयो, as long as you qualify for the course.
Right. So this is all post as well. हामी यो नयाँमा मात्रै हैन, यो चाहिँ आजसम्मका सबैलाई पनि यो योग्यता अनुसारको
लागू
हुन्छ,
यो सबैलाई लागू हुन्छ, एक्सेप्ट अदालतको काम चाहिँ यो भन्दा पछिको केसलाई मात्रै लागू हुन्छ. सो उहाँहरूलाई हेल्थ केयर इज फ्री नाउ, एजुकेसन इज फ्री, क्षमता अनुसारको रोजगार नेपाल सरकारले दिन्छ. So if it is up to your qualification what job you get. त्यो बाहेक यहाँ कृषि गर्न चाहनुहुन्छ, एग्रिकल्चर भने नेपाल गभर्नमेन्टले एग्रिकल्चरल लोन दिन्छ. If you want skill development training, नेपाल सरकारले CTVT अन्तर्गत यहाँहरुको स्किल डेभलपमेन्टको फ्रीमा ट्रेनिङ गर्छ. व्यापार गर्न चाहनुहुन्छ भने लोन दिन्छ, राइट? सो बेसिकली जति पनि हाम्रो डिमान्डहरु थियो त्यो लगभग भनौं न आन्सर भएको छ. अब म फेरि युवाहरुपट्टि आउँछु. हाम्रो देशमा कानुन त बन्छ, इम्प्लिमेन्ट हुँदैन. म एकजना मान्छे पराएको भरमा यो देशको कानुन बन्यो. म एकजना मान्छे यति गराउँछु कि यसको इम्प्लिमेन्टेसन पनि गराउँछु. किनभने we have to be proud about our country in a few things. I'll tell you in detail that there are only 17 incidents of acid attack in Nepal so far, and there are 19 acid attack survivors. यति सानो संख्यामा यति कडा कानुन बनाउने पहिलो देश नेपाल. हामी यसमा we all have to be proud. यो जेन्डर क्राइम होइन, यो मेललाई र फिमेल दुईटैलाई एसिड अट्याक भएको छ र यसलाई हिनियस क्राइमको अन्तर्गत राखेर हाम्रो देशले जुन कानुन बनाउँदैछ. टुमोरो द वर्ल्ड इज गोइङ टु लुक. हिजोसम्म मैले के भन्थे भने हाम्रो कानुन फितलो भयो, इन्डियामा हेर्नुस्, यो देशमा हेर्नुस्, त्यो देशमा हेर्नुस्. अब त्यहाँका एसिडका जति पनि सोशल एक्टिभिस्टहरु हुनुहुन्छ उहाँहरूले के भन्न थाल्नु भयो भने नेपाललाई हेर्नुस्, त्यहाँको कानुनलाई कपी गर्नुस्. र अर्को एउटा we all have to be proud that 10th of September each year will be celebrated as a anti-acid day, right? हामी यसलाई नेपालले घोषणा गर्यो. अब यसलाई हामी सार्कमा लाने प्रयास गर्छौं र टुमोरो युनाइटेड नेशन्स सम्म लगेर on Nepal's proposal, one day of the calendar year might be celebrated as anti-acid crime day, which is we all have to be proud of.
Absolutely.
So my sincere gratitude to the Prime Minister and the government of Nepal.
Right. यसमा तपाईले एकदमै धेरै एकदमै कन्क्रिट कन्भर्सेसन भइरहेको छ. आई सी सो मेनी ग्रेट फिडब्याक कमिङ इन एज वेल. तपाईहरुको के क्वेशन छ भने पनि पोस्ट गर्दै गर्नु. इट्स नट बिकज दिस इज अ शॉर्ट लाइभ है अनि हामीले एकदम धेरै इन्फर्मेसन पाइ नै सक्यो. मलाई एउटा सोध्न मन लागेको कुरा चाहिँ जुन चाहिँ हामीले स्टिग्माको चाहिँ कुरा गर्यौं हैन, जुन चाहिँ स्टिग्मा एक्जिस्ट गर्छ, कस्तो खाले स्टिग्मा भने देखि तपाईले के फेस गर्नु भएको छ कि एज तपाईले जुन चाहिँ रोल एउटा कल टु एक्सन दिनु भएको छ आज हामी यहाँ प्रेजेन्ट भएको मोस्टली युथ ग्रुपलाई हैन कि एसिड सेल को restrictive laws आइसकेपछि go to your local hardware store and try buying it. अनि सी कि तपाईको फोटो आइडी माग्छ कि माग्दैन त्यो चिजहरु ट्राई गर्ने त छँदैछ. यो स्टिग्मेटाइजेसनको कुरामा के कस्तो च्यालेन्जेस देख्नुहुन्छ, के कस्तो चेन्जेस चाहिन्छ जस्तो लाग्छ तपाईलाई स्टिग्मेटाइजेसनको कुरामा चाहिँ?
हेर्नुस्, I think all of us as human beings हामीले एउटा चीज के एक्सेप्ट गर्नुपर्छ भने I am the most beautiful person in the world. Stop trying to be someone else. For example, I'm a 52-year-old man, I'm losing hair. It is a normal process. I have to be able to age gracefully. The problem that I have seen with these crimes is artificial lifestyle. Do not try to portray who you are not. Everyone is beautiful in their own ways. Just so I will tell you, your campaign, man. Amitabh Bachchan ji sent me a congratulatory note to me and to Nepal, saying, you've made the school proud, you've made us proud, and you've made your nation proud. I was just talking to a reporter, and what I told him is, I cannot do what Amitabh Bachchan ji does, but then Amitabh Bachchan cannot do what I'm doing, right? So we all have our assets in life and we've all got our liabilities in life. Yedi Nepal ko yuva yuvati, if you start being who you are, right? I think the chances of a criminal coming into someone's life lowers down. Social media now. Do not accept anyone that you do not know personally. Number one, right? Because there is cybercrime, which is terrible in Nepal, right? Number two, do not concentrate on how many likes you get on social media. Concentrate on people around you, whether they like you or not, right? Because this is an artificial world. And we all have to accept our realities of life. त्यो एउटा मैले अनुभव गर्दाखेरि युथमा I see a lot of inferiority. For example, I know of people around me who share clothes to show that they've got new clothes every day. What a foolish idea, right? People look at you, not look at your clothes, right? So what happens is, when such things happen, right, wrong people come into your life. In social media, instead of putting this photo, I can put, Ujjwala something and put a woman's photo and I become a woman. As long as I don't speak, my identity is false. So we have to be extremely careful, because even in acid, even in the crime that we are talking about, social media has played a part in few of these instances.
Absolutely. जहाँसम्म security आफूले security गर्ने त छँदै नै छ, but just to clarify कि कहिले पनि त्यसले reasoning चाहिँ define हुँदैन, हुन्छ नि. It is to say कि मैले सायद यो फोटो नराखे भए, हुन्छ नि, if I had been more careful मलाई हुँदैन थियो कि भन्ने कुरामा चाहिँ अनि हामीले we've spoken about this with Pavitra as well, हैन, हामी भेट्न जाँदाखेरि it was never your fault because we had her young niece as well. कि कहिले यो चाहिँ नसोच्नु कि मैले सायद अलिकति अर्कै कपडा लाएको भए, मैले यसरी कुरा नगर्दिएको भए चाहिँ, हुन्छ नि, मलाई हुँदैन थियो कि भनेर. त्यो प्रब्लम चाहिँ जहिले पनि त्यो क्रिमिनल मेन्टालिटीमा छ. कहिले पनि त्यसलाई आफू